so they were quite.
Okay.
In
Oh,
a
no.
sense, it's
Yep,
really-
no.
So it's
Ladies
one of
and
those.
gentlemen, welcome to tonight, to the December 12th council meeting as well as the public meeting to be held under the Planning Act. My name is Joanne Chichok, and I'll be chairing only the public meeting under the Planning Act and turning over the chair to our mayor, Mayor Joyner. So we'll move right into the purpose of this meeting is a public meeting to consider a zoning bylaw amendment application for James Smith and Darlene Black. Planning Act requires under Section 34 Sub 12 that before passing a zoning bylaw amendment, council must hold at least one public meeting for the purpose of informing the public in respect of the amendment. The purpose of the public meeting is to receive comments and answer questions from the public regarding the amendment to the Township of West Lincoln's zoning bylaw, and we stress that at this point, no decision has been made on the proposed amendment, and any comments received will be taken into account by council in their consideration. Before I keep going, we ask that you turn off your PDAs and cell phones and remind all members of council that this meeting is being streamed and will be available to members of the public within 48 hours of this evening's meeting. I should ask, is there any conflict of interest with regard to this matter on the public public meeting? Seeing none, I'll continue on. Thank you very much. And I apologize for forgetting that. It's the festive season, people. We're forgetting things. Planning Act requires that Section 34 Sub 13 that council advise the public that if a person or public body does not make an oral or written submission at a public meeting or make written submissions to the Township of West Lincoln before a bylaw is passed, the person or public body is not entitled to appeal the decision of council for the Township of West Lincoln to the Ontario Municipal Board. Madam Clerk, could you please advise of the dates by which notice was given?
Proper notice was given by way of individual notice dated November 7th, 2016.
Thank you. Mr. Treble, I see that you're solo tonight, so you must be giving us the explanation and reasoning why the zoning bylaw amendment for Mr. Smith and Darlene Black is before us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Happy to. This is a rezoning that's a condition of a severance application. Severance file B7 2016 was considered by our Committee of Adjustment on October the 19th and granted approval of an application to sever an existing residence and some accessory buildings on a 0.4 hectare, 1 acre parcel of land as surplus to Mr. and Mrs. Black, sorry, Mr. Smith and Mrs. Black as a residence surplus to their needs as an area farmer, while retaining 42.6 hectares of land with an accessory storage building as the farmland that he will continue to farm and maintain. So one of the severance conditions was a rezoning of the farmlands to APO and the small holding to residential. So this application, Madam Chair, as a condition of severance is to fulfill one of those conditions. Tonight there's a technical report on the agenda where staff have looked at the various policy sets that apply. And under provincial policy, regional policy, and township policy, there are provisions that allow for severances of residences that are surplus to the needs of an area farm operator. And rather than making the farmer being a landlord, the policies allow for that house to be separated and conveyed to separate ownership while the farmer gets the benefit of the farmland for farming purposes into the future. So this, Madam Chair, is an application that generally under the policies is appropriate. There are some setback requirements given the fact that the existing residence and accessory buildings are there prior to most township policy as well as prior to the severance line. So at the time of the recommendation report, there will be some conditions that will need to be addressed in terms of an RUR with exception to recognize some deficient setbacks, as well as an A2 with exception to recognize a deficient lot frontage for sure. But with that, Madam Chair, I'll turn it back to you to address any concerns or questions of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Treble. Is there anyone from the applicant or authorized agent here that wishes to speak to committee this evening? Okay, seeing that you're satisfied with the presentation by our staff. I'll move along, and thank you very much. Are there any oral or written submissions from anyone present regarding the proposed zoning bylaw amendment? Seeing none, I would like to stress for the record that there may only be one public meeting with respect to this application. Therefore, if any members of the public would like to make comments and/or provide written comments, they should state them now or present them, as the OMB may not consider comments made during any other council and/or committee meeting. Also, anyone wishing to speak are required to come forward at this point in time. And seeing none, members of committee, do any members of committee have any comments they wish to make or questions asked? Seeing none, please be advised that this evening, later on in the agenda, there will be a technical report considered by committee members. Pardon me, this is committee and council. And that the recommendation report will be coming to a future planning committee and/or council meeting. Please be advised that once the planning committee and/or council have made their decision with respect to a zoning bylaw amendment, and if approved by council, a notice of its passing will be circulated with an appeal period. There is an attendance sign-in sheet located at the table near the exit doors, which we would ask all present to sign. Please ensure that when you're signing the attendance sheet, that you mark the application Smith Black is the one you wish to be advised of at subsequent meetings. Okay, therefore, people who are interested in observing council and/or committee discussions about a particular bylaw should not solely rely on mailed notices and thus miss the opportunity to attend meetings. It is suggested that you watch the township's website for posting of agendas to review items that will be discussed at council and/or committee meetings. The agendas for meetings are posted on the township website at 4 p.m. on the Friday prior to the meeting. Additionally, meeting schedules are also noted on the website for the public to view. If you wish to receive notices by email, it is suggested that you include your email address with your mailing address and your phone number on the attendance sign-in sheet. Thank you. Okay, I will adjourn this meeting of council. Because I'm going to conclude this meeting at the hour of 6:41. And since we've incorporated this into our council agenda, I will recess this meeting till the hour of 7 p.m. where the mayor will take chair and continue with the council meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Dan, as you were saying.